Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Shruthi Chandrasekaran. I'm a researcher at IBIS Reproductive Health. When I think about meaningful youth engagement in research, I think of four strategies. The first, which we've talked a lot about at this conference, is young people as participants of research that's about young people and compensating them for their time. The second is having young people as co-creators of research. When I was a research associate at the Packard Foundation in India, I was involved in supporting a quantitative research study, which was nationally representative, on adolescents and their reproductive health experiences. And when I was reviewing the study instruments, one of the first things I came across was the question on gender and how there were two options, male or female. So I had a long conversation with the principal investigator about how we need to expand those options to include people across who might identify across the gender spectrum. We need to reflect as young people our lived realities in the work that we do. The third strategy that comes to mind is having young people as thought leaders of research that's not just on young people, but on topics outside of that as well. One of the things that I've been interested in is abortion doulas, and I've also been working on abortion after the first trimester. I wanted to understand how abortion doulas and their experiences impact those receiving care after the first trimester when they're going through their abortions. I went up to my supervisor at IBIS one day and I spoke to them about this research idea I had. I got a lot of support. We were able to find funding, and we're in the process of collecting data. When we publish this research later this year, we will be addressing a major gap in the literature that exists. The fourth strategy is having young people as experts, not because they're young, but also because they're experts in their own right. I was at a meeting that was convened by a global stakeholder in reproductive health on contraceptive counseling. And the discussion was about how to measure success in contraception counseling. Is it just walking out of the session with a method in hand? I spoke up that it's all about, if it's rights-based counseling, we need to think about provision of information in a safe, respectful manner, but also that it's about choice, that people can walk out of the session with a method in hand, without a method in hand, deciding that they want contraception now, later, never, and that's the importance of choice, and that's what we should be measuring. It was daunting to speak about this as a young person in a room filled with researchers with long list of publications, but I reminded myself that my organization had trusted me to do this work and be an expert in this meeting and then in this field. So I'd like to end by saying that today as a researcher, I write grant proposals, I work on developing research right from inception to implementation to dissemination. And it's been possible because I've been working, a lot of people have created pathways for and opportunities for me to do this work. And so we need more people like that. And as young people who might be researchers or might be interested in getting into research, we need more of you, and I need to see more people in our movement. But age should never be a barrier. It has to be an enabler for us to be the best researchers we can be. As young people, we deliver, and we deliver on research as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Shruthi. You really inspire me as a fellow researcher and motivate us at Women Deliver to work for girls and women and to ensure that they're part of our advocacy efforts. Good evening. My name is Divya Matthew. I'm the Senior Manager for Research at Women Deliver, and I'm excited to announce our next research project, which is essentially to engage youth as researchers and advisors and advocates in filling knowledge gaps around their sexual and reproductive health. We want to fill this evidence base to build the investment case around youth-friendly SRHR, and also equip youth in their advocacy efforts themselves. This is a collaborative project with Girl Effect, Merck for Mothers, and Government of Canada, and we will be working in 3 countries, Rwanda, Malawi, and India. As our president, Katja Iverson, says, to really have good youth programs and to make the most of our investment buck, we really have to engage them from the start. So I'm very excited, and I'm hoping to engage as many youth as possible, so stay tuned to this space. Thanks.
Thank you. Oh.
So thank you, Shruthi. What I find really exciting about Women Deliver is that not only are they doing significant research, but they're putting the researchers out front on stages like this to also be advocates, which is very different from the old model where researchers were kind of in the background handing over their papers and someone was defending it. So bravo, because you really know the facts, but also it's allowing you to come out and be an advocate.
Thank you.
So how will you use your power going forward?
I'd like to bring more young people into our movement and build capacity to do qualitative, quantitative, mixed methods research. And that's how
Okay.
I'll use my power.
Wow,
Thank you.
I have full confidence that you will be
Thank you.
successful.
Thank you. Have a good evening.